Okay, so today we're going to be talking about free set bonuses. These are basically just going to assume you're already running like a normal 2-piece and you want something not to build craft with, essentially. Because, I mean, if you want to like go hardcore build crafting, just 4-piece anyway. These set bonuses in question are the Europa set bonus. So Europa sub bonus, the King's Hall sub bonus, and the Banner sub bonus. Starting with the easiest of the free to obtain, the Europa sub bonus. You can get this by either doing public events when it is the distorted activity, or the planetary distortion is active on Europa, I should say. Or you can run Master Lost sectors, and as long as you kill every champion, you get a guaranteed tier 5 drop of the armor. What the 2-piece for this does is every 12 seconds. Killing an enemy will give you 20% ammo progress to both bars, and will also generate an orb of power. This is probably the most applicable of the free here. Just because it's free ammo progress and an orb, so in PvP that is amazing. That opens up so many builds. Especially in something like Void, where picking up orbs gives you Devour. And you just get like tons of special, and in PvE it's all the same case. You get a bunch of ammo, you get a couple extra orbs, which is nice. And yeah, there's not really much to this one. It is the easiest to obtain. I would recommend honestly getting this the most out of the free I'm going to mention here, just because of how easy it is to obtain. Generally, you can get Lost Sector closed down in about like 5 to 7 minutes. Killing every champion. And they're pretty easy. Well, except when it does that. They're pretty easy though. The next set bonus we're going to go through is the hardest to obtain, the King's Hall bonus. You get this by either doing the raid on Master Mode, or whenever it is the featured raid on Normal. And what this one does is whenever you kill a major or higher, it'll give you, it was like 3 to 5 times progress, something like that. So you basically get an ammo brick every like 3 to 4 majors with the set bonus on. Which is very good in places like Pantheon or areas where there's like more majors, arguably better than the Crystal Green bonus in that like specific environments. Which is why I quite enjoy it. But once you start going into environments like this, where like the only real majors are champions, it like really starts to fall off. So it's honestly worth having both. Like if you're doing Pantheon, I would argue that the King's Hall set bonus is just going to be better. Ow. However, if you're in Pantheon or specific raid, like I think Salvation Edge King's Fall itself, like, King's Fall set's just gonna be amazing. You're just gonna have infinite ammo at that point. And then the final one is the Iron Banner set bonus. This one, you have to go play Iron Banner for and get lucky with your drops. It's arguably the most limited, and if you don't like PvP, you have to go play PvP. This one essentially gives you worse Ophidians, so you get an exotic effect out of it. And it also grants your primary weapons extra damage to anything that... If there's anything that isn't a red ball, or heavy. Yeah, so anything that isn't a yellow bar, it gains up to 12% extra damage based on your weapon stat. Which is quite nice, actually. So if you don't really care about ammo gen or orbs or anything like that, you can run Iron Battalion. That will give you a bit of extra handling, a bit of extra reload again. It basically feels like slightly worse than Ophidians. So I'd say it's probably about 20 handling and 20 reload speed just for having the armor set bonus on. Which is quite nice for damage and like swap DPS if you're in a raid, and feels fun to play with in general. And your primary weapon getting an extra, like, I think because most people are going to be around like 100, or if they're running pure powerhouse, you're around like 150, 170, that range. It would be about like 5 to 8% extra damage, which is on top of the bonus it already gives. It makes primary weapons feel really good. So, yeah. If Crystocrene gets patched tomorrow, because it is currently bugged, it's not meant to activate every 12 seconds. Keep your eyes out for the King's Fall sets, and keep your eyes out for the Iron Battalion set. And, yeah. Like, comment, sub, if any of that information is useful.